Hi guys. Just wait for that to kick in a little bit. I thought I should come on and say hi. So let's wait till that starts to work and see if anybody's coming to join us. Hello. Is anybody there? So, excuse me. Bit dressed down today. Only had a couple of clients in. I've come in my hoodie today, so I apologise for being a bit scruffy. But I wanted to come and talk to you about something, and I thought, I had 5 minutes at the end of the day today, I would jump in and address this. So there's a couple of people joining, so I am going to make a start, and then you can always watch it back if you wanted a bit more information. I have been asked quite a few times of late if I offer lemon bottle fat dissolving, and the short answer is no, I don't. And the answer I generally get, the response I generally get when I say no, I don't offer lemon bottle, is why not? It's fabulous. Look at the results. It does this, it does that. And there's one very, very simple reason why I don't, but I'm going to go into a few of the reasons why, and why that's so important to me. So first of all, I'm going to talk a little bit about what lemon bottle is. All of this is actually written in a blog, and it's on my website now. So if anybody wants this information, the link is in the post. So you can click on that and it will take you straight to the new blog. Lemon bottle is a fat dissolving injection. It's come across from Korea. It's got these amazing, fabulous kind of results apparently. Promises instant results, virtually pain-free, any area of the body. It's very cheap to buy, and actually anybody can buy it. You can get it pretty much anywhere. I don't think there's any restrictions on purchasing, and there's a very good reason for that. The reason for that is it is a cosmetic product, so it only has to meet the same standards as your makeup, for example. It doesn't have to meet drug safety standards. Now, this is a product that is being injected in your body to do something fundamentally medical. We are trying to reduce areas of fat for people. To me, that is a very clinical and medical thing to do. It's hugely, hugely popular. Nice trendy name, works really well on TikTok. But it isn't regulated or licensed for use in the UK at all. There is no decent research. If anybody watching this has any and could send it to me, I'd be really, really interested to see it. I have contacted the company and as of yet not heard anything. The website promises, I think, what's the quote? I've got it in front of me because I knew I wouldn't remember all the claims. It promises some, I think it's magnificent safety and efficacy results. So I can't see any research that shows either its safety or its effectiveness. I said, if there is some out there, then fabulous. But at the moment, it is a cosmetic. It can be bought and used by anybody. It is not licensed for use in the UK and has no FDA approval or European CE mark. And they're your marks of safety that shows it has undergone rigorous testing, research, clinical trials. The only trials I'm aware of that are out there that I've seen were done on rats or rat cells in a petri dish, and as far as I'm aware, I haven't seen any actual clinical trials that have been done on humans at this point. Again, I am happy to be stood corrected, if that's a phrase. And if anybody has that information, because this is how I practice based on science, research, and information. And at the moment, I haven't seen any information. I also can't find a complete list of ingredients, so I don't know what's in that. So I don't know that if I was to inject that into somebody, they wouldn't be allergic to one of those ingredients, for example. I only know the three main ingredients, which is bromelain. I've written it down because I don't use it. So I've been doing this work today. So bear with me. Bromelain, lecithin, and riboflavin, which is vitamin B2. So bromelain comes from pineapples, and it's the thing that makes your tongue burn when you eat it, because it is an enzyme and it is trying to digest you. Lecithin apparently helps remove it from the fat from the cell, and riboflavin apparently aids fat metabolism and skin regeneration. So again, I've not seen research, and just because it worked, and I think there's a TikTok influencer that has done it on a piece of bacon in a tray and it's dissolved it. There's a couple of doctors who have tried to replicate that and have failed to replicate the fat dissolving in a piece of bacon. But there's also a thing in science called in vitro and in vivo. Okay, so in vitro, you might have heard of IVF, in vitro fertilization. In vitro means in a test tube, in the lab. And in vivo means effectively in life. Just because something works in vitro doesn't mean it's going to work in vivo, or it's safe in vivo. So the research process is multifaceted. You start off with theory, with sort of very small scale, then you do your in vitro, and then you get your animal experiments, because if it's a medical product, it will be experimented on animals, whether you like it or not, and in vivo, and then you have your human elements. Now, there are now lots and lots and lots and lots of what I call N=1, anecdotal studies. So lots of people saying, I've used it, it's been great, had great results, it was safe. Fantastic. But at the minute, that has not yet been put into a combined research that shows that it is safe in the UK. And all the while it is linked and it is registered as a cosmetic treatment. That doesn't have to happen, because it's not a drug and it doesn't have to meet drug safety rules. So in 2022, Save Face had one complaint or adverse reaction registered to them. Save Face isn't the only place that this is going to get these notifications. In 2023, there was over 90, and I suspect, because Lemon Bottle has become so huge, I suspect we will see an awful lot more of that in 2024. I'm not convinced that's necessarily because of the product itself. I said we don't know enough about the product itself at the moment, but the fact that this can be done by anybody, it can be bought by anybody, and although you'll say, oh, it needs to be done by somebody qualified and registered, I'm waiting to hear back from my insurance as well, just out of interest, because I've got no intention of doing this at this stage. I want to know what my insurers think of this and what they would cover you for. Somebody can be, a nurse, a medical practitioner, but if they don't have insurance, and what are they insuring you for? So, how is this being taught? If anybody can buy it, how do they know where to inject it? What to look for, what safety things to look for. So there's lots of things. Like I said, I don't do this treatment and I have no intention of doing it. So this isn't directly a slur on the product, because I don't use it. But the reasons I don't use it are everything that I've explained. And one of the things I've covered in my blog is, would I ever use Lemon Bottle in my Lichfield clinic? As it stands at the minute, absolutely not. I wouldn't use it in my clinic. I wouldn't use it on myself. If the concerns I'm referring to are addressed, if there is decent research on it, if it is assessed by FDA, if it gets CE approval, if there is substantial clinical research trials to back it up that show it is effective and safe, and it does what it's supposed to do, because at the minute it's been around for such a short time, we don't know what the long-term results are either, then would I consider it? Potentially, yeah. If it's good and it's safe and it's licensed in the UK, then potentially I would consider using it. But at the moment, it's not. I've said this lots of times. It's not licensed in the UK. It is a cosmetic, not a medical product. There is no FDA accreditation. There is no CE mark on it. It can be bought and used by anybody, and there are already concerns of adverse reactions. There's probably lots of people who haven't had that, and that's fine and great. I'm very happy that that's the case. But this is a very trendy and fashionable thing. The other point I want to put across as well. We have, largely speaking, not a finite number of fat cells, but we tend to use the same fat cells generally. So if we dissolve those fat cells, the fat that's in them is dispersed. Sometimes it's broken down, and the fat that we then produce, because we produce fat. That's what our bodies do. It will then put it in other fat cells. So in small areas, that isn't going to be a problem. So for things like the bit under the chin, which is really, really common for this, it's not going to be a problem. But if we are having people who are using it over big areas like their abdomen, their thighs, their inner thighs, the backs of their arms, and people are doing this in multiple areas, fat that is then produced in the body needs to be stored somewhere. And I suspect we will see lots of people having abnormal fat distribution because the places that it would normally be put are no longer there and no longer able to be used. So I think you need to be very careful if you're thinking about having large areas of any kind of fat dissolving, that you are very conscious about what you're doing and your dietary habits, your exercise habits, and those kind of things. Because if you've dissolved those fat cells and there are no fat cells in big portions of your body, so if you've done across your abdomen and your thighs and your bum and all that kind of thing, that fat is still going to be stored somewhere. So I think this very trendy, very supposedly very safe, easy to use product is encouraging people to do fat dissolving in large areas that they might not otherwise have done. And I think that's really, really important. So, like I said, I'm not here to tell my fellow medical colleagues what they should and shouldn't be doing. It's completely their decision. They need to make sure that they're qualified and insured in everything that they do. But I am absolutely not prepared to go anywhere near lemon bottle as it stands at the moment. It's until it becomes a medical product and one with licensing in the UK, I wouldn't even consider going anywhere near it. If you do, the best advice I could have for you is make sure that the person is medical, so they have an understanding of anatomy, they have an understanding of safety procedures. Although to be fair, I don't know what the emergency procedures are for this, because I don't use it, and I don't pretend to know everything about this, you know what the potential things could go wrong, and how to address those if they do. But I would also want to know that they're insured. So if you are tempted to go down the lemon bottle route, please make sure that their insurance covers them for using lemon bottle, because I think it's such a big product at the minute, it's such a big trend at the minute, and insurers need to know that they're covering for something that isn't licensed for use in the UK. There are other fat dissolving injections out there. I think people like lemon bottle because apparently the results are a bit quicker, but the other ones are licensed. They are medical and they are prescription only. So things like Aquilix and Deso and things like that. So again, I don't do those either. I've nearly trained in them a few times, but for me, the safety profile and the effectiveness of them isn't quite robust enough for me. Again, that might change. I might start to introduce those things. If I got enough demand for it, then I would look into it. But at the minute, I'm not happy to do that. If somebody does want prescription medical fat dissolving injections, I do have a very good colleague locally that I would refer to, and I would send you to them, because I think it's important that you go to a decent practitioner and you get the right advice, and she will give you the right advice. So if you did want to go down the fat dissolving injection route, I can refer you to my colleague Michelle, who would do that for you, and she doesn't use lemon bottle either. So this is it's a really important thing for me. So like I said, because I've had people talk to me about this quite a lot recently. I've had a lot of people ask me if I do it. There was quite a lot on a local thread in our city recently, and I realised that I had to address it as a practitioner myself. It's not medical, it's not licensed. And just regardless of anything else I've said, lemon bottle is not licensed for use in the UK. And if that to me is enough. So until that changes, I won't be using it. If that changes and I'm happy with the safety profile and the potential results, then I might consider it. But until that happens, I won't be offering lemon bottle. But I can offer you a whole range of other fabulous aesthetics, and also things like gut health support and dietary support, nutritional support, things like that. That might mean you don't have to go down the route of fat dissolving injections anyway. I've just had a comment here. I'm late to this. Is this some crazy TikTok thing? It's huge on TikTok. Lemon bottle is huge on TikTok. Now go and jump on my blog and have a look at what I've said about it. It's named to be trendy. Okay, and like I said, it may be that time and research and the proper things will happen, and it might be something that proves that it's okay. But until that happens, I won't be using it. If anybody, yeah, I'm not surprised either, to be fair. Now. But if anybody wants more advice, please do ping me a message and come and have a chat about it, because a lot of people go, but why? But why? Because it's supposed to be really safe, and it said on this video that it was safe, and this practitioner uses it all the time, and they may be doing that. And good luck to them, and I hope they don't have any problems. And I said, maybe give it time. If all of those things are met, like I said, then I might end up doing it. But as it stands at the minute, I do not offer lemon bottle. Thank you for watching. It's actually been quite a busy one. It's nice to see loads of you here. If anybody is interested in a skin consultation, please do ping me a message. You can comment on the thread or just ping me a message and I'll sort it out. There's loads I can talk to you about. Everything I do is backed in science, and it is all more clinical, medical, and I am a nurse prescriber, independent nurse prescriber, and always do practice as safely as I possibly can. And I don't follow trends. I do the appropriate thing for the person with the right treatments, the right protocols, age appropriate, all that kind of thing. So come and have a chat with me, and hopefully you and I can have a chat about your skin and about how you feel about your aging and things like that. And we all got bits we don't like. I don't like my chin. If I thought this stuff was good, I'd use it, I can assure you. But otherwise, ping me a message and we'll get you in for skin consultation. Go and have a look at the blog, and while you're on there, go and have a look at my website, see what else we offer, and keep your ears open for some exciting news that is coming very soon. So thank you for joining me. It's nice to see so many of you jumped on today, actually. Have a lovely evening, and I will catch up with you again very soon. Take care, bye.